All right. It's not. We did have internet at one outlet yesterday. Luckily, okay. So, kids go people here tonight, and I got here just by turning off because I'm still on with lots of things. I'm still here. Seem to be that brilliant. And had the fun flipping experience, which I'm actually going to keep on while we're sat here. Going to do a thing that we're no own video content being bad quality. Uh, let's read the comments on that. Anyway, right. Dashing one is live right now. Did not think about doing that bit. Copy link. Paste. Paste. Okay, let's see. Here. So if anyone had the used the Para app, I just got that today and signed up for it this morning. Actually, I wasn't even intending on looking at that, but it came up on the screen when I was doing various other things. I was actually looking at what was I looking at? Good grief, I can't remember what I originally was looking for. Oh, GoShare. I was looking at GoShare, and with GoShare, you could do pretty well at GoShare. If you've got a box van, a pickup truck, or minivan, or even just a car, you can do courier work in the car, and you can do moving people out of homes, etc., with the trucks and box vans, or just moving equipment from one side of town to the other, or just moving someone's new telly and furniture to their house, whichever way. And then you can also be a helper with it. And the helpers seem to get quite a bit of money too. You can get like $60, $65, something like that, for an hour. So I was looking into that because it seemed a bit too good to be true. But I decided I would look into it a bit more. So I was trying to look at some stuff for that, and look at some videos and such, because there's always a video on something on YouTube, and you can learn a lot with YouTube. And actually, that's where I learned to do a lot of powder coating. Anyway, but yeah, it was. But somehow or other, I got off of that and found something else to look at, and then Para popped up on someone's YouTube, and I'd heard about it before, but the last time I'd heard about it, it wasn't working on Apple phones, etc. And I thought, well, I'll try to. I'll have a look at that, see if it's changed. Well, it had changed, and they now have it on iOS or Apple, and it was. So I thought, okay, I looked at another video to see what their take was on it, and these videos were sent out or published 7, 8, 9 months ago. I can't say that I watch it all the time, watch anything about Para. I never kept up with it at all, so I had no bloody clue. But I looked at it and went, okay, well, I'll download it then. Looks like it looks pretty good. Well, I downloaded it and figured my way around for it. We need a how-to video. Maybe I just didn't look far enough into it. But I looked, so I downloaded it all, and I'd already been up all night. I was struggling to sleep, so I was trying to figure that out. Couldn't sleep because I wanted to get that figured out. And I finally added my accounts. Like, you can link your DoorDash account, your Uber Eats, and a Lyft as well, but I don't do that. And what's the other one? Grubhub. That was all that's on there. That's all. I don't know if you can add any more, but that's all I saw. Well, I tried adding DoorDash. I couldn't add DoorDash. I was having problems with that. So I gave up on that for a bit. Thought maybe there's a glitch with it. Plus, we'd had problems with the internet through the morning hours. I don't know what happened, but anyway. So I'd switched over to 5G. And then went back to the home internet, and it was struggling a bit. So I ended up going back. So it was a bit of a pain in the rear end during that period. So So I ended up. So I got Uber Eats flipping linked up. Then I finally got Grubhub linked up, but still couldn't have been do it with DoorDash. And I thought, well, maybe I've got the flipping password wrong. Well, I went to DoorDash direct, and to log into DoorDash, all I had to do was have my phone number to log in. Well, I didn't want to do that, so I went and changed it to go through with the email, and then put the password in, and well, apparently I didn't remember my password. So I changed all of that, got it all figured out, went back to bloody hell, Para, tried to link it up again, still wouldn't have it. Oh my gosh, what the bloody hell's going on? Although maybe the language was a little bit more than oh my gosh. But anyway, but I had so much trouble. Anyway, I ended up emailing them. And it weren't too long later that I got a reply back from that saying that, oh, they're having problems with DoorDash. DoorDash seems to be fighting them on a few things, so they don't. They're having problems getting DoorDash to be supported on their system. Okay. Well, anyway, went out tonight, or this afternoon, actually started earlier for a change, and well, first of all, it's a Tuesday. Never really brilliant on a Tuesday anyway. But got out there, and now I'm fighting. I've added something to the system. Not only, like, normally I've got Uber Eats, so normally I've even got DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub on. Well, now I've got Para on. And not really knowing how to use the bloody thing properly didn't help. But now that thing's going, because I've figured out how to switch it all on and it. So that thing's going, and I'm also trying to get some people on here, by the way. But giving up. But it's see if we can get some more in here. So I've got Para going, and I've got Uber Eats, got Grubhub, and DoorDash. DoorDash has to be separate from everything. So that was actually grey when I first got everything on. So I wasn't able to do anything with it, and until it let me started dashing. And then it was trying to figure out, do I just go direct through the Para app to accept everything? Because I've also got Uber Eats on and Grubhub. I didn't know if I had to add them on at all, switch them on, or do I just have to have switch on the Para app? Well, I didn't. I switched them all on. Was that wrong? Don't know. Don't know the answer to that question. So, but the Para app didn't seem to accept anything coming in from Grubhub. It accepted and declined a heck of a lot off of Uber Eats. Let me see if I can get back to that page where that was. So it tells me all the places that just unaccepted one, declined one rather. 409. Distance was 16 miles. Jeez. Okay, glad they flipping got rid of that one. Don't even know where the local pizzeria is. Can't remember that one. These may actually be flipping closer. It's declining another one as we speak, possibly. Yep, another four. Oh, that's the one I just flipping talking about. Okay. Maybe it's trying it again. Anyhow, so all offers are Hawaiian Brothers 805. That was declined because it was 22 miles for $8. Wow. There's a Mexican place, I believe, here. Oops. For 402 for 14 miles. Wow. La Fuente, a couple of times that's the one in Lee's Summit. I thought we were supposed to give you the addresses too. And that one's 701 for 12 miles. And it was the same one. And it gives you the address on that one. There was one I saw that it did, and it was quite a bit, like $16, I think. There's one at Applebee's here for $10.49 for 27 miles. Wow. Jeez. It just gives you a whole list of them. I don't know if it comes up there. No, I don't think it's going to show on it. But McAllister's for $7.67 for 10 miles. Office Depot. Well, bloody hell, they got Office Depot on Uber Eats. Pick up Office Depot in Lee's Summit. Deliver 8 miles nearly for $4.50. And it tells you exactly where you got to go to on that one too. Okay. Doesn't say that on all of them. Oh yes, it does. This one says it says where to go to. 11.5 miles from a Hawaiian Brothers in Lee's Summit for $3.53 going to Raytown. But there was one that was like $16, I think. There's one here, $12. Mint sushi. I'd like to go to the Mint. Pick up a... Okay. I've got a flipping... I have to look that one up. Okay. Going to Blue Springs for 10.5 miles for $12. That I might have done. I think at the time I'd had it set to only take $1.50 a mile, which I did end up changing it. Oh no, my minimum amount at that time was $1.30 a mile. I did change that because I wanted a little bit more flexibility on it and be able to see what's coming through. Because all it does is, like, if you've got the power app, it comes up the bottom and it still beeps to tell you that something's coming in. So it's not like it just ditches it and you don't even know about it. I wish it did do that because it's most bloody annoying. Because all of a sudden my eyes are off the road because I want to see what's going on. And it's supposed to eliminate all of that. But anyway, this one was 8.41 and it was going 13.5 miles from 54th Street. Well, I wouldn't have gone to 54th Street for that money anyway. Walmart was unacceptable. That's because I just don't want to go to Walmart. So that's one of my banned flipping places. But there was one that was quite expensive. Oh, Hawaiian Brothers, $14.50. Why was that ditched? See, that one I would have done. Oh, it was $14.50. It was going 7.7 miles. And it's from Hawaiian Brothers and Lee's Summit, going to Lee's Summit. Whataburger needs to be on the banned list because I don't go to Whataburger. Actually, waste of space. Chili's, this is one. So Chili's came in. It was one of the first ones that came in, and it was $16.62. So it was good money, except it was going 25.5 miles. But these are all Uber, and not the been linked up Grubhub. I don't understand why Grubhub was not on there. It says it's linked. Filters apply for Uber. Close. So, if someone knows how to use this bloody thing, let me know. And if anyone's got any comments or something, just type them down here in the comment section. Welcome, I'll put something here. Welcome to tonight's live show. Apparently, I didn't do that, but better not flipping. Yeah. I'm still trying to get used to StreamYard too. It'd be nice if I could actually get some more people in here too, but that doesn't appear to be happening too. But there's another one being declined. 48 cents a mile. So far, I don't think a heck of a lot of para. I liked it that you could ban. See, this one's just come through Uber Eats, and it's 401. I would never do that. I'm actually on the what? Yeah, so who's in here tonight? Just write something in the comment section. Just say hello. And let me know what you think about if you've tried para or have you know anything about it at all. Have you even heard of it? That's what I'm thinking. Because I just got that today and So far, I'm not so impressed. But I'm obviously doing something wrong. What, I do not know. And I'm still trying to figure out how to work with this live stream thing. I'm trying to do the settings. Can you hear me well, or can someone just give it a thumbs up? Oh, there you are, Angela. Hey, how are you today? Has everything been going well, and you're been doing well with DoorDash and etc. Grubhub? Have you seen about this thing called Para? I know I'd heard before that something about Para a while ago that DoorDash didn't like it, and there was a problem that if you used it with DoorDash, they weren't going to be very happy with you. I'm sure that was about Para, but I downloaded that today and this morning, but you couldn't use DoorDash with it, even though it's listed on there. It's been so slow. I've been home tonight working on embroidery stuff. I tried Para and it didn't work for me very well. Yes, see, I've had that problem too, but I wasn't even looking for that this morning. I was having problems sleeping overnight, so I was looking at some things, trying to figure out if there was some different other things other gig apps to go to. And then Para popped up for some reason or other, and I looked at that, and it seemed like it had changed. And the last time I'd heard about Para, it only worked on Android, which don't help me that well because I use an iPhone, so I never bothered about it. And then I got it downloaded this morning, but I linked up Uber Eats and Grubhub, but I had such a problem trying to get DoorDash to work on it. I finally ended up emailing them and asking, am I doing something wrong? And then they wrote back saying, no, it was them. There was an issue with them and DoorDash. I guess they're fighting DoorDash about being blocked or something. Or I don't know. But anyway, there's something wrong with it. So I was hoping really that I could have it to use, just have one app open, and I would be able to decline things and that with it. It's worked well for Uber Eats, but for Grubhub, which is linked up to it, I've not had one Grubhub through it, and I've had Grubhub actually come up on the screen tonight on its own app. And it was hit and miss. I used the only thing that was coming through it was Uber Eats, but Uber Eats would also come up on its own app. And I've just been looking through the through the Power app of what excuse me, on what I've missed on or what is declined. And one of them I would have done. It was like $2 a mile, so I don't know why it had been declined at. So far, I'm not too flipping impressed, and I'm a lot less impressed with been losing that for $2 a mile one. So, but there was some parts to it that I liked where you could avoid going to certain areas. Well, when I looked at a video this morning, he'd put it that if there's a block of flats or something that you don't want to go to, or apartments, whatever he said it was, you could block that. All right, that part I could do. There's several of those I don't want to even know about. So I went in there and um, looked at that, but then it doesn't tell you that you can't go in there and say, oh, I don't want to go to the Donovans, or I don't want to go to those flats on 3rd Street or O'Brien, whichever. And you go in there and it's got that circle thing. You do a radius around it, and it takes you like half a mile. You can do it from half a mile, or no, from a quarter of a mile. And well, then that takes away some of the streets that are around it that I will deliver to. So for me, that part didn't flipping work too well. But I was able to block Walmart. That part you can block restaurants and such, and Walmart was the first one on there. I haven't done any others yet. Whataburger's going to be the next one. And Chick-fil-A for sure. Probably Wendy's as well. But no, it's so far I'm not too impressed. When I used it with Grubhub and it declined a $21 order, I think maybe it was how I had it set, because I would have definitely taken that order. Yeah, I would have bloody took it too. Well, I don't know how far it was going, but anyway, the one that it declined for me, it was $14.50, I think it was, and it was only going 7.5 miles. Damn, I would have took that, and it was from Hawaiian Brothers, so it would have been a definitely easy pickup, because I normally just go up to the window and they hand it through there, or just park outside and they bring it out for the most part. But I don't know why it declined that, and that is a worry. But I don't understand why, if I've got Grubhub flipping linked to it, why in the hell it didn't flipping take any Grubhub offers through it when I was actually getting orders through the Grubhub app. But no, it is slow here too. Still getting the flipping ridiculous offers, of course. But for the most part, it's not too brilliant. Not too brilliant. So I'm looking at doing some other things too. There was one I was looking at this morning called GoShare. And you could do courier work in that one, which is the one I'd want to do. Still looking into that. And then I thought about getting the van wrapped as well, so I was looking at that as well. You can get a partial wrap, etc. So I've joined up with Wrapify again. He made $33 in bloody hell 2.75 hours last night. Shit. Wow. That doesn't sound a lot. $10 an hour nearly. Shit. There we go. Para picked up this one, and it's Uber Eats 122 a mile, because I've got it set at 120, 130 even. How the heck do I get that out of there? I keep forgetting which way I've got to go to do this. How do I find what I wanted? I don't know how I find it. Okay, so it's just declined a Walmart. Which was well, it was Walmart. I just wouldn't have done a Walmart, not for Uber Eats. I do it on the Walmart spot because I think I can see everything that's being picked up on it. But you know more about Walmart spot than I do because well, you do a lot of it, and I've got the app. I just haven't done anything with it. Um, Baskin Robbins $5 for 6.5 miles. Yes, you're right. I wouldn't have done that. $4 for 8.5 miles. Yep, definitely would not have done that either. Yeah, I've still got it switched on while I'm here. I got here by the skin of my teeth today. Yeah, I made, I think, what did I do today? I only did DoorDash, and I did $32 in about 3 hours. So about, oh no, I did more than that. Oh no, $32 in about 3 hours. Not so great. But I did get my acceptance rate up to 4%. Yay. Have you got that tiered system or whatever in your area yet? I keep hearing that's going to go. Is reaching all the areas you can get. I think one of them is platinum, and maybe one's gold, and probably the other be silver. But it's not here yet. No, we ain't got it here yet. And it seems to be going by city. From what I saw, it seemed to be going by city rather than they're just dumping it in Missouri or Texas or wherever. It just so hopefully it takes its bloody time to get here because I don't think I'm going to qualify very well for that. But maybe I'll be on something else by then. I'm trying to do some more proxy picks that I would like to do. Have you tried that yet? Did you sign up for that yet? Looking into that one. But anyway, on the other flipping subject I was going to be talking about is illegal drivers. Me neither, since I don't do DoorDash much. No, I need to. Illegal drivers. I know I did a video on this not too long ago, which maybe a lot more people flipping knew about than I did, but it's a bloody worry. It's a worry to me, at least. You know, we go to a lot of homes where I've gone up to homes and there's been kids coming to the door, little kids. You know, the parents being somewhat close by, but they come to the door and they come and pick their pizzas or their whatever food it is they want to experience flipping meeting the little flipping chubby flipping British bloke delivering to them, and then they you know, but they're right up close to people and up close to the driver, innit? And with these illegal drivers that are actually buying accounts, by the way, that's Wimbledon Common in the back, if you don't know. That's the windmill on Wimbledon Common. And you've got these drivers that are just buying accounts. They're not paying any taxes or anything on these because, well, they bought an account and no one flipping knows who they are. Could be anyone. But I was at a restaurant a couple of weeks ago or a week and a half ago, something like that. And while I was waiting for for my order, I was chatting away to a few people in there, and one of them said that he was 17 and using his mum's account. Well, fair news that he's working. That part is good. Bad news is you have to be 18 to use flipping DoorDash. I think I guess that qualifies as an illegal driver in one way. But what do you? If something goes wrong, then he's basically got no leg to stand on. If he crashes the car and it's got all the DoorDash bags, etc., in it, it's going to be a problem. If he does anything wrong, it's down to his mum because it's her account he's using. So I don't know. It's what happens with alcohol orders. Hopefully, he doesn't take any of those. Hopefully not. So, what embroidery are you working on today? What are you making? I thought I was going to get some more people being in here that I started it at 8 o'clock today. Mrs. Womble said that it was maybe a bit too late to start it at 9 o'clock. So for a change, I listened to her and did it at 8 o'clock. Got here by the skin of my teeth. And we've only got a couple of people in here so far. Maybe I need to show it. To share it a little bit more. Let's see. Oh, I've got it on there, right. Got it on the wrong thing as usual. Go over here. And I'm putting names on some kids' chair covers. Oh, that sounds interesting. Are you, I guess that's a custom order then? It's not something that you put through your Etsy thing? Etsy shop? Seems to be you're the only one I'm talking to again. I don't know why no one comes to my live shows. All right, let's see if I can get some more people come join the. Come join in with the talk. Talk with. Alright. There you go, sent that up. See if we can get some more people in there. The local guy I've done some work for before. Well, that's good. That's good. You need a lot of flipping things to have in one's gig arsenal, I suppose, at the moment, because we can't all rely on DoorDash, etc., or Grubhub or Uber Eats. I am thinking of doing Uber rides, by the way. I've been against it for a long time, but I am considering doing that. Also thinking doing the airport runs as well. I can do that. I have considered doing that for a while, but just doing that with private people. I was going to do it before, and then the engine went on the van. But now all that's up and running properly, and we have brakes on it now and other things. So all is good with that. Just need to give it a decent hoover out. It's just been difficult to get to the car, get anywhere near the hoovers at the car wash. I talked to a guy the other night who does Uber, and he said he makes lots of money from like 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Yeah, I bet he does. I'd done that in London. Not so much with Uber. It wasn't an Uber, but there's two types of cabs in England. There's the black cabs, which everybody knows the black cabs, the London taxis, which I did have one of those here, by the way. But a real one. I do have a toy one around here somewhere too. But anyway, but that doing the London taxi is you have to do what they call a knowledge test. And you have to, and it takes like 3 years to do, 3 to 5 years to do. And if you ever seen it, you can probably YouTube it, but if you just look it up as doing the knowledge test, you basically got these blokes that are on, or women, that are on mopeds or scooters, and they got this board on the front of their vehicle, or the scooter rather, between on the handlebars. I'll get it out in a minute. And it's got all the routes where they got to go and learn on this thing, on the map. And like if you're on Wood, let's go, trying to think of a road. So if you're on Piccadilly, you can go at Piccadilly, and then you could go down Buckingham Palace Road from there. You can also go up to Regent Street, go across the road to Shaftesbury Avenue, and you can get down to Soho as well. Also down the other end of Piccadilly, you can go up Pall Mall, and that will take you up past Hyde Park and where the Savoy Hotel is, etc. Now that's just a brief thing on it. You also got the Hard Rock Cafe down there. So, and of course, also down the other end at Piccadilly, where you got a Piccadilly Circus, where it's got that little circuit, that little statue thing, and where you see all the coloured lights, etc., on the building there at the bottom of Regent Street. You've also got the Ritz down there, where you can go and get yourself an afternoon tea. Very expensive afternoon tea. Anyway, but the London cab drivers, the proper London cab drivers, or the black cab drivers, whatever you want to call them, they have to know the street. They have to know everything on that street, what the address is, what's next to it, what's in it. And They have to know wherever they are in London how to get to that bit, because the knowledge is, well, you have to know everything. Basically, you have to know everything of London. And if they're doing like outside of London, then if they're doing like out in Surrey, if they're doing Kingston or somewhere around out there, they, they have to know that area too. So you don't necessarily have to be right in the thick of London if you don't want to. A lot of drivers that are outside of town, like out in Surrey, etc., don't want to venture into London, which I can bloody well understand at times, I can tell you. But they all have to know how to get to the airports, that's for sure. So that's one of the ones of one of the cabs that we have, and then you got the other cabs which we call mini cabs. And basically, a mini cab is you drive a regular car like yourself. You'll have, what is it, the Nissan Sentra, I think you got, or you can, whatever regular car is, or you can drive a minivan like mine, or which we call a people carrier back home. And those drivers, you don't do a knowledge. You have to have insurance, special insurance to do it, of course. You get a radio in the car, and you have to pay for that, and you work out of an office. And like there'll be a various mini cab offices all over in London, all over England. Well, the last one I worked for was Fleece Carts. Not the most appropriate flipping name for a place, but anyway, maybe for a flipping shirt making company, but for a flipping cab company, it always seemed like fleecing you was getting you ripped off. But anyway, but we knew where we were going. There was if you didn't know where you're going, you just asked the customer, because most of the time they know where the bloody hell they're going, and if they didn't, we'll figure it out. But with the mini cabs, you can go anywhere in England with that. I mean, there was several times that I ended up in Birmingham, which is like 180 miles out of London, north of London. And then there was times that I went down to Sussex, down to Brighton, etc., take people down there, which is 55 miles out of London, and or south of London. Also has a big Ferris wheel down there too. But yes, I did take people into town too. I wasn't always happy about it, but there was a lot of work up there. I went many areas of a lot of the airports, Heathrow a lot, Gatwick a lot. Heathrow is what they call London Airport, but there is actually there's a London City Airport as well, which isn't too far from Tower Bridge, and but I would work the night shift. I would always work the night shift, but then I'd also get flipping pulled in to do day shift too, and so I spent a lot of years who've been pulling people out of pubs at that late time. And I mean pulling them out of pubs because I'd have to go in there to find the buggers, tell them that their cab is waiting outside, and if you don't move your ass off your seat very quickly, you'll be left behind and I'll be off somewhere else. Or you'd be helping them to the car because they may have had one too many, or more than one too many. But it was so doing the cab work has been not really something that I really wanted to do. Plus, you got these nutcases around here that think they're in the wild bloody west. So I really don't want to know about that. We had some flipping idiots back home that would cause hassle, of course, but but it was you deal with it as it comes. I did have one time, which was I remember that it was when I was working at Fleece too, and I was out one night and I'd taken this bloke to his house, and his mate had paid for it. Oh, his mate hadn't paid for it. No, he hasn't. This bloke was supposed to pay for it. His mate had paid his own way. So I took his mate home first and then took this bloke on. And this bloke said to me that he'd given me the money. And I said, no, you haven't. And we went back and forth with that. And finally I called the office. I radioed the office, told them what was going on. I weren't far away from the office too. And then the controller or the dispatcher called me, said what was going on, told them all what was going on. And within a few minutes, maybe within 5 minutes, he said he was going to call the police. And we wasn't far from the police station either. And within a few minutes, there was cars coming from everywhere. It was like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And I was in a back street, and all I saw was just headlights coming from everywhere. And there was a whole bunch of hipping drivers that came out to help. And then the police turned up. It was a very odd thing. I mean, I'm glad they were there to help, but good grief. But anyway, but yeah, I imagine this bloke from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. will be making a lot of money, depending on where you're at, of course. I know in Lee's Summit, on a Friday night and a Saturday night through the downtown area, I'm damn sure that they would be flipping making a lot of money there too. It's a lot of drunks in the car for sure, and that's something I really don't want to deal with. I've done with that too much. Some drunks are fine, some are complete flipping clowns. But when you've had someone in the back of the car who wants to go home but then can't remember where they live, then it's or they get home and it's they can't find their door keys or whatever, or worse, they can't find their monies. Good thing about Uber is that you get paid up through the app, I suppose, but I wouldn't think he made that much here in Amarillo. When I have done rideshare, I make like no money, no tippers. Wow, this is one thing, we did have tippers back home. At least the app they put their address. Yes, yeah. We didn't have thing. All we had was the dispatcher at the other end. And the other thing with the difference between the cab drivers back home is like the black cab drivers or the London cab drivers, they can pick up anyone off the road. You know, someone stands at the side of the road and hails them to stop if they're free, if they haven't got someone in the back of the car, or a truck, a van, or taxi, then they'll be able to stop. But if they're not, then they can choose to stop or not. It's up to them. If they see someone's staggering all over the road, they'll probably flipping go straight by, like I would too. But with the mini cabs, you're not allowed to stop and pick anyone up off the road. Not that it ever stopped us, of course, because especially on New Year's, you basically didn't have a choice because people would get into your car anyway, or try to. But I did like flipping doing New Year's. There's one thing I do miss about doing New Year's back home. New Year's, at, and Christmas too. Christmas wasn't always that busy on Christmas Day, but people that were out would tip very well. But New Year's, there would be you'd have to have a good rest before New Year's, because New Year's I would be out. I would I'd be out very early, still out early in the morning if you've been pulling people out of pubs at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning that have been out that have fallen asleep in them, or on the benches outside of them. There was a lot of people that were still in the pubs. But I would be constantly working for a couple of days after it. I wouldn't sleep for a couple of days because I'd still be working. It would be that busy. There's no doubt about it. But New Year's back home is different to what it is here. People are a lot more looser, I think. Maybe the drink helps with that. Do enjoy their drink. But I gave up drinking a long time ago, so I don't care for it anymore. Mainly because I started driving for a living, and I've seen what the result is of it. A bit too close. Oh, you can do private chats as well on StreamYard. Uh-oh. Oh, blimey, I don't know what it is that I have to dip and do to get people to come in here. There's 2 people on here. Only yourself, Angela, is talking. The other, I do not know. I don't know. I don't know what I have to do. I sent out a message early enough, I thought. Maybe a Tuesday isn't the day to do it. Maybe I have to try another day. I don't drink much at all. Can't afford it with my regular job. Can't afford it with flipping doing DoorDash, that's for sure. Or Grubhub or whatever. I had some dipstick the other night that nearly hit us that I suspect was drunk. What's that? Sidestep here. Oh, Pamela, how are you doing? But did you say you were doing embroidery? Oh, that would be Angela does embroidery. Bomb City Dashing. She's down in Amarillo, Texas. Is that too far for you to go, Pamela? Or if Angela likes, I can give you her number if she wants. If she'll allow me. Oh no, what happened? Jeez. Well, this this is a bit different. Like something in there. The is okay. Okay. Two. All right. Remove. Got remove one of my cells. Remove. Got remove. All right. Should be that. Bit. Direct message on Facebook. So now I can bloody hear myself talking. It says my internet isn't that brilliant. Maybe if I go to. I don't know why I have such problems with the internet. With this page unresponsive. Wait. I don't know which one to remove. Let's remove that one. See if that works better.